Hi, this is Laurie at Sew Right Sewing Machines, and today we're going to be covering the topic of what I call free form applique. And why I'm calling it free form is traditionally applique can be a quite fussy technique. You have exacting shapes, you've got beautiful petals, so you end up needle turning under, hand appliquing onto fabric rather than just plopping it on a piece of fabric, zipping and going. So this way is rather freeing. It's not your traditional way and it might not suit everybody's taste, but let me share with you what I have done in the past, because I've also done the other technique, okay, which also provides beautiful results. These will just provide different results. So what I've done initially, just to give you a kind of bit of a lay of the land, is I've taken a beautiful paper piece pattern created by Caroline Friedlander. And the theme of that pattern were houses. So we had all these cool looking houses, but none of them really look like my house. So I took her pattern and customized it a little bit and added kind of what my house looks like. Also in the quilt, she had some free form trees or upright plant structures. I didn't like the look of them, so then I added my own take on what those should look like and plotted them throughout the quilt. I think I even edited out one of the houses and just put some trees in there, okay? If you notice, this is more of like a collage technique. There is no needle turning. There is no hand appliquing. My friends in this endeavor are my Steam-A-Seam 2 and not on this one, but another particular project that I'll show you. Particularly this one, I've started to make templates of this for my children so that this is going to be incorporated in their house quilts that I'll create for them. When they leave home, I give them a house quilt. Pattern ease is a great substrate to use to provide a foundation for your creations. So what I've done here, just to show you the technique, is I quickly drew a free form flower. It also, I've borrowed a little bit from applique and collage techniques that you may have seen others do as well. So what I'm going to do now is show you that, let's say I've got my flower here, and now I want to create the petals. So I've just chosen a couple of fabrics to create my petals. I am going to create the actual petal with this Steam-A-Seam 2. The great thing about Steam-A-Seam 2 as opposed to other kind of fusible web is that it's very tacky, and before you iron it on, it's repositionable. Oftentimes when you're doing applique too, you have to worry about getting it right sides up. But with this, I don't have to really worry about mirror imaging or what side up or whatever, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to trace, actually, yes, that's right. I'm going to trace the image on here like this. So I've got a petal. All right. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And then bizarrely enough, rather than putting it on the wrong side, I'm going to take my fabric, if I can open it up properly, and I'm going to sandwich it in, believe it or not, like this. Kind of smoosh it flat. I'm not really caring right now. Well, actually I am. Here we go. I want the petal to kind of have this design on the slant like my petal is. I'm going to lay that sucker in here like that, and I'm going to turn it over. And as you can see on the back side, I have my imprint of my flower petal. I'm going to take a good old pair of scissors, and then I can cut, because I'm not turning under. I don't have a seam line I'm cutting. I'm going to cut directly on the shape that I created, my petal shape. Okay, again, because this is free form, I can follow the lines like in a coloring book, or I can kind of riff off of my shape. Okay, so now I've got my petal sandwiched in here. Let me move my supplies out of the way here. And here we go. I'm going to peel this off. as such. And I believe, look at that. Since it's peelable, my sticky stuff is stuck to my fabric without any heat. And where did I put that petal? I think it was this guy. I think it was this guy. So look at that. So this could have been an actual piece of fabric. I'm going to walk away for a minute. And I could have applied it onto here as another item on my surface. If you're trying to create a whole image prior to putting it on a larger background, you can create your whole petal shape here, cut it out, and then apply that whole shape to your new surface. Okay, so I can continue doing this. So let's say I want to add a highlight now. I haven't ironed anything down yet, but let's say I want to create another point of interest. I'm going to take my fabric out. Again, what's nice is I haven't wasted my fabric. I've kept that kind of pristine. I can throw that over. Let's say I want to create something in here, like a little bit of ink. And again, now I'm just riffing. I'm just playing as we go along. So I'm going to, again, take this here. And I think I want to put something right there, like this. Okay? I'm going to take my fabric. I'm going to kind of lay it where I want it to go. I actually made a wedding quilt for a friend of mine with leaf shapes and different colors and different mementos that meant something to her daughter. And I applied it to like a tree of life type of thing using this technique. Okay, this is in my way. I apologize. So let's fold that up. Okay. I'm going to cut this shape out. I might have accidentally folded some of my fabric onto this, so you might be more careful when you do this yourself. I think I'm pretty successful here. Perfect. Okay, the piece of paper flew off on me. Here's a piece. But it's so tacky that it stayed on. Again, I'm going to move all of this away. And I think I have my sticky stuff on here. Yeah, I do. Okay. So I'm just going to lay this on here like that. Okay? So now what I'm doing, all of this is repositionable right now. I don't have to do anything. I can keep working with this. I can keep moving this around. And when I'm ready to finalize it, I'm not going to complete this whole flower. I just wanted to give you an example of what could be done. I'm going to take my iron and just press this down. Perhaps dry heat would be better for this type of thing. I would just follow the suggested recommendations for heating the steam machine. Right now I've got high heat, not much steam. And there you go. I would continue doing this to my whole flower, and then I could take this whole flower and apply it to another surface. Put a little bit of glue on there. There is some not fusible glue, clear permanent fabric glue that I put around the edges. And then I might do some quilting on top to adhere it all in place. You could do a zigzag around here. You could do what we call matchstick quilting and just quilt diagonal lines and horizontal lines, not diagonal, could be diagonal, vertical and horizontal lines throughout to hold this whole structure down. And I thought that was quite quick and easy, and you got a kind of a cool shape just doing that. If you'd like a class on this technique, we would provide that at Sew Right. And any of the tools and supplies are readily available here as well. Thank you for watching. Any questions, you can call us at Sew Right at 718-468-5858 or reach out to us at sewright.com, SEWRIGHT.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.